Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel and to this video. Thank you so much for joining, and for today I decided to paint a looser painting, a moon with some flowers. It is somewhat an abstract painting using watercolors and ink. Quite fun. You can use it maybe for a card or maybe a bookmark or just for a nice practice. Also, I decided to do a series of 3 paintings today, and in next 2 days new tutorials will be up on my channel with the same idea but just a different usage of it, as I could say that. I did a quite simple sketch for the first one, draw in the moon and then some circles going on the moon and also a little bit outside the moon for the flowers, and then some lines for the stems of those flowers. I pre-wetted the entire paper, and then with a pinkish color I've just tapped in the paint, and just to make it a little bit looser, to make that paint slightly bleed around my moon, because I don't want to paint only inside of it, I do want paint also outside. Afterwards I've just moved my paper, as you can see right now. I'm just tapping it onto the table and then left it to dry completely. After it dried completely, I'm just picking up some clean water with my brush and pre-wetting the moon, and just in the part where the moon is, skipping the part where those circles are, where the flowers are. And after I pre-wetted, I'm just picking up some pink color and adding it also in that part, leaving it to bleed slightly. And again, I'm not painting the entire surface, but I'm just adding it on the edges and letting it bleed slightly here and there. And you can already see how beautiful that looks with the background that we painted in a looser style added on top. That second layer, it just looks so beautiful and so shiny, I guess I would say it looks. And I did not again paint the entire moon, also left some part white, added a little bit of yellow here and there, and then a little bit of brownish color. Afterwards I did leave it to dry completely again, and then painted in the circles with a lighter pink color and tapped in again that darker pink here and there on the flowers, just to make it look as though some parts are darker, maybe some shadows, or just to make some texture for the flowers. I've added on top a little bit of yellow, and then again that brown that I did use earlier for the moon on some parts, just to hint that there are some flowers there. And I am doing it all while the paper is still wet, so the paint is bleeding around my flowers. And now that the part where the moon is completely dry, it should be completely dry, I'm adding those stems to the flowers that I drew in earlier, and now you can finally see them completely. So those stems are going outside the moon and around the moon, so that is how I actually drew them and painted them, to go outside the borders of the moon, to make it look as though it is hugging the moon. And then also left it to bleed slightly into my flowers, and then topped in a couple of sprinkles with clean water with yellow and also with that brown color. I left it to again dry somewhat completely. Some parts that I knew I won't be painting on are left wet, and the parts around the moon, actually on the moon, are dry, so I do not want the leaves to bleed onto my moon. I do want harsh lines for the leaves. So the leaves I did paint in green, and then added just a little bit of brown on the root of the leaf and left it to bleed slightly into the leaf. Afterwards, when the flowers dried completely, I'm using this ink pen to draw in the lines and to do some inking and scribbles onto the flowers. And as you can see, I'm just doing circles around shapes on the flowers, and also adding a little bit more of the details to the leaves. Maybe somewhere I'm adding borders, somewhere I'm adding only middle vein, and then adding a couple of more flowers with that ink pen that I will paint slightly later on. And on top of the flowers, I've also added a little bit of white gouache for the highlights. Now just a couple of sprinkles with a brown color and with white gouache. And also, as I said earlier, I've painted in not perfectly, just added a little bit of paint here and there onto the flowers that I drew later on with my ink pen. And with that, I'll be finishing off this painting and this video. I hope you like it. It's, as I said, quite simple. So if you do like this video, please join me into the next two, tomorrow and the day after, and give it a try there. As I said, same idea, but just different usage. I believe they would be fun also. And if you do like it, please hit the like button, share it, comment. And if you haven't still, please do subscribe to my channel. That would really mean a lot to me. Maybe consider joining my channel. That would also really mean a lot to me. So again, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next time. Bye!